Hello class, today we are going to talk about healthy minds, mental health awareness. With this class, you will learn the fundamental facts about this topic. Then I will teach you how to use Adobe Spark to create your own video. At the end, you will share this video in your social media. So, let's start with it. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. The American Psychiatric Association states that mental illnesses are health conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, or behavior, or a combination of this. Mental illnesses are associated with stress and/or problems functioning in social, work, or family activities. Many factors contribute to mental health problems, including biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse. Mental illnesses are common in the U.S. Nearly 1 in 5, which is 19%, U.S. adults experience some form of mental illness. 1 in 24, 4.1%, has a serious mental illness. And 1 in 12, 8.5%, has a diagnosable substance use disorder. Okay, now we know the definition of mental health and mental illness. But how do we know or how do we identify a mental illness? Or if someone is going through a bad stage in their mental health? Well, I will give you some symptoms and characteristics that will allow you to know so. Eating or sleeping too much or too little. Pulling away from people and usual activities. Having low or no energy, feeling numb or like nothing matters, having unexplained aches and pains, feeling helpless or hopeless, smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual, feeling unusually confused, forgetful, on edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared, yelling or fighting with family and friends, experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships, having persistent thoughts and memories you can't get out of your head, hearing voices or believing things that are not true, thinking of harming yourself or others, inability to perform daily tasks like getting to work or school. According to the CDC, mental illness is among the most common health conditions in the United States. More than 50% of U.S. adults will need mental health treatment at some point during their lifetime. Given how common it is for people to experience a decline in mental health, the level of stigma that exists in society is surprising. What is mental health stigma? Mental health stigma refers to social disapproval or when society places shame on people who live with a mental illness or seek help for emotional distress, such as anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, or PTSD. The pressure of mental health stigma can come from family, friends, co-workers, or society in general. Mental health stigma can come from stereotypes, which are simplified or generalized beliefs. So, what can we do to prevent mental health stigma and help people with mental illnesses? To overcome mental health Stigma. It is important to review reliable sources of information on mental health conditions and become better informed when someone else is living with a mental illness. It is also important to get professional help if you need it. Eat properly, stay physically active, and get enough sleep. Here is the reference page if you want to consult any kind of information related to mental health stigma, and mental illness. Thanks for your attention. Now we are going to the next session of this class. Now I will explain you how to create your own video in Adobe Spark. In your video, you can talk about how to prevent mental health stigma. You can talk about any kind of mental illness, or you can talk about how to promote mental health in your community. Whatever you decide, choose proper information from website. Okay guys, firstly, you will need to go to spark.adobe.com. Then you will have several choices and you will choose slide presentation video. Once you are in here, you need to decide what topic you want to talk about. Remember, you can talk about any kind of mental illness. You can talk about how to promote mental health in your community, or you can talk about how to overcome mental health stigma. So, in my case, for this quick example, I decided to talk about depression and why is it considered a severe mental illness. Anyway, once you choose that, you have the chance to change your theme. Let's say that you don't want this theme. Let's say that you want to use Miga theme and you want the dark blue. So it will automatically change your letter size, your letter type, or your font, and it will also change the color of the other slides that you will be using in this case. So remember that for this video, you need to give a brief presentation, well, a brief explanation of what it is going to be about. So for this case, you particularly need to record your voice with clicking on this button or icon. Once you record your voice, you can choose if you want an image or an icon here. In my case, I chose an icon. And then for your next slide, let's say that you want to have enough space for your picture and your description, so you can choose split screen, just like I did, and then you can decide what photo you want here. Let's say that you want this one. Let's say this one. And then remember to choose a proper website to look for the information that you want for your topic. In this case, the American Psychological Association website is a good one. So you will find enough information here. And you can remember to make reference to the website where you got your information, and then give a brief description or a brief explanation of your theory in this case. At the end of your video, I would like to have your references in a APA style. You can also have some music. You can choose whatever type of music you want to, and you can choose the one that you feel will make your video more interesting. So once you're done with your video, you can download it, or you can share it. Both of them take like certain time, and it will depend of the length of your video. So for homework, I would like you, once you are done with your video and once you post it in your social media, I want you to reply to all the comments that people will be making in your post. And I would also like to, I want to ask you to share the video through messages with your social media friends. And for each message, you just need to send me a screenshot of at least one message, and you will need to give a brief explanation of your topic, and you will also add like what you learned in class with the video that I already presented to you. So that's the way in which you can make a video with Adobe Spark. I hope that what you learn in class is useful for your life. I hope that you overcome mental health stigma, and I hope that if you are one of those students that is struggling with any kind of mental illness, you just need to feel free to ask for help. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for watching.